think it is easy being part of the cast of your favorite show? Well, today we are here to tell you that not every cast has the same rules. The cast of some of the newest and most watched series right now from Disney Plus has so very strict rules, and the cast in question is the one from The Mandalorian. Here we have some of the basic and a few of the most strict rules the cast must follow. Enjoy. Windowless room. One of the strictest rules, and probably sounding a bit dark, and it is, trust us, is reading the script in a windowless room, where no outer light is allowed and also no phone or any devices of the sort. This was first used by the cast of the MCU movies, which eventually caught up to the cast of The Mandalorian, and it was somewhat expected and nothing new for the cast, as the Mandalorian series is a part of Disney. This can be sometimes troublesome for someone, especially for some individuals who have a bit of suffering from dyslexia, and can be particularly hard. Permission for social media posting. One of the biggest fan bases when the release of something new are mainly the followers of the cast members, and Disney as a whole is shouldering on their stars' social media accounts to get the fans excited for their newest release. Whether it is a show, a movie, or something else entirely, this was also the case for the cast of The Mandalorian. They have to be very careful about what they post, without giving out any forbidden information regarding that said TV series or movie, thus revealing secret information in the process. There was an instance before the season 2 of the series where some of the cast members had to have their social media posts approved beforehand. Yikes. Actors must return for reshoots. With The Mandalorian being part of Disney now, it comes with a price. As some of the cast members said, one of the rules which must be followed is that you have to be available for a potential reshoot, whenever and wherever you are, so you always have to be ready and available. Keeping this in mind, we all know that you would have to tighten up your schedule, both in terms when your family vacation comes, or taking some time off to travel the world. Being part of the cast of The Mandalorian is not that easy after all, right? No smoking rule. Back in 2015, Disney extended the no smoking ban to Marvel, Pixar, and Lucasfilm, which means you might never see a character puffing away one on set. However, there is one exception, and that is, there is allowed for the character to light up a cigarette if that said character is based on a real-life person and the smoking part of his life was an important part of their historical background. Thus, it must be very hard seeing a cigarette or two in some of the movies. Whereas Disney, even the actors who are smokers behind the scenes still can't have one. Considering how the stories in The Mandalorian played out, we will have to wait probably forever to see some of the cast smoking on set, on the big screen. No creativity from the cast. With the second already released, we have seen some actors reprising the roles from previous Star Wars movies, which are now part of the cast for The Mandalorian. So we all know that some actors have been in the Star Wars universe for a long time. However, across all Disney TV shows and movies, the actors have little to no say when it comes to the creativity and the involvement in the script of their character, let alone the whole series. This was also the case for the series, and we understand, because, after all, many of the viewers want the originality of the series rather than something random entertaining to be happening on set. So yes, it is a strict rule after all, but with a bigger purpose behind it. Actors cannot do dangerous stunts. Many of the actors around the world enjoy to do all of their own stunts. However, this is an exception with all Disney-related content, even one of their newest additions, The Mandalorian. So with that in mind, as an aftermath, despite the commitment the actors have towards the show, Disney does not approve of them doing the stunts, which are deemed as too dangerous, so they are somewhat restricted. It is all with a positive thought behind it. If an actor gets injured, it would delay the production of the show, and it would not be ready to be finished by the end of the deadline, which makes sense 100% of the time. Actors must travel for the promotions. If you thought their job as a cast member of The Mandalorian has done their job when the last scene is shot, you are definitely wrong. After the last scene is filmed, all of the cast is obliged, according to their contract, to travel internationally to promote their movies or TV shows, and that means even more time away from their home. And this rule, even though seems strict, it is somewhat understandable. Many fans want to see their favorite character and the actors who play the roles in person, and maybe even catch an autograph or two. So we guess the only upside with the pandemic right now is that they don't have to travel that much. So there is a positive for the busy actors nowadays. Or at least we think that there is. No spoilers revealed. This goes without saying, but we thought to mention it since we are into the strictest rules department when it comes to the series The Mandalorian. The last thing an actor would want to do is to spill the beans after the next upcoming season of the show, right? So when it comes to interviews, cast members have rules after rules about what to talk about in their interview and which questions to avoid, and this might also be the reason why some actors are kept in the dark when it comes to crucial scenes being filmed. Strict exercise and diet rules. Besides the fact that you have to look the part in the film or the series, you also have to maintain your look. And this does not only involve a good muscular physique, but also a certain weight the actor needs to be throughout the filming. Some actors even wanted to vomit from all the boiled chicken and dried oat diet they were put on. One strict rule so that the character you play does not change from scene to scene, which is shot over the course of 1 or 2 months apart, which in scene time is about 3 to 4 minutes apart. If this was ever to happen, it would result in an unprofessional working. Thus, this one goes high on the scale of strict rules the cast of The Mandalorian must follow. A background check. Every actor, just as in any job, needs to have a good background, as the company will more than surely check it. It is a strict rule that lasts throughout the whole career of one individual, so this is a rule which needs to be taken with a huge responsibility behind it. And this was a reason that some of the members that were supposed to be cast in the series lost their roles, even though they were the first choice for the portrayal of the character you see in the series. It is just like any other jobs. There are no slip-ups in the segment, and you cannot go around and play with the rules as you like, no matter who you are and how big of a fan base you have. No say in the character's personality. Each and every one of us has a different personality. We are all different in some way. And when it comes to creative control, Disney holds all of the cards. This is the same with the Mandalorian series. Only a little bit of room is given for the actors to have a say in their character's personality. Very few ideas have passed onto the script, which beforehand were not in it, and they were added as an idea from the cast. So even though you might hate one particular characteristic in some people, like the lying or the bragging aspect of it, even if your character on the big screen has those two personality traits, you cannot change them whatsoever, no matter the reason. Multi-year contract. Many of the actors who find themselves being cast as part of some Disney series or movie have to sign a multi-year contract. This was also the case for some of the cast members of The Mandalorian. Seeing how the Disney movies and TV series are running for at least 2 or 3 seasons, and the movies having at least 2 installments, we get why this is a strict rule, and you cannot also leave the contract beforehand, with an exception if you are fired by the company. And to be honest, we understand. You wouldn't want for your favorite character to be played by 2 different actors in the span of 3 years, right? Well, yeah, and that is why this strict rule is in place for almost all of the cast of The Mandalorian, because it was said right from the beginning that this series would last at least 3 or 4 seasons at minimum, and seeing how it's going so far, it is on a good path. And on that note, we end this video. Thank you for watching and staying with us until the end. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this in the future.